It's a beautiful morning.
Hello everyone and welcome to another Krebs Coho replay cast. This time around we take a look at the JagdPanzer IV and the big grind, as I like to call it. Now this is the new tank. In the previous video, and actually the first video, I had my Hetzer, and the next video I had my Stug, and this is my new thing of beauty, my new wheels. This is the JagdPanzer IV, notoriously infamous for being not the best tank destroyer out there. In fact, there's a common opinion that a lot of people think might be one of the worst tank destroyers at tier 6. Now I'm gonna talk about that a little bit right now and in the game, but at the moment I just want to go over what modules I have equipped. So let's go on over to the tech tree. Now this is my tech tree. This is the whole JagdPanzer IV right here. I've pretty much unlocked everything except for this gun and, well, the next JagdPanther, which I'm really looking forward to. Now this is the interesting thing about the JagdPanzer IV. You pretty much have the same guns all the way back from the Hetzer. So the Hetzer pretty much has the same gun as the JagdPanzer IV, so you've got the same firepower basically 2 tiers back. And that is kind of an iffy thing, and that's what really goes down to how people think it's not exactly the best tier 6 tank, because it doesn't really progress in terms of firepower. And in that respect, I totally agree. This was meant to be originally a sort of pessimistic cast about the JagdPanzer IV, but actually I played a few matches with it, and I'm actually really enjoying one of the guns. Now you have 2 choices right now at the moment. You can use the 10.5, which does a lot of damage, as you guys can see, loads and loads of damage, not so much in terms of penetration, so you'll probably be having to use HE rounds on that. And then you have the 7.5 centimeter stuck, which, as we look at, not so much damage but tons of penetration. So that means we will be getting usually more of the full amount damage whenever we are using our armor piercing rounds. Now there's also another gun that takes 9,500 experience points to research, and it's basically sort of in between the two. It's a tier 7 weapon, so if you look at it, quite a bit of damage between the two, and quite a bit of penetration yet again between the two, and same with the rate of fire. Okay, so that's pretty much all about the modules, and all kind of iffy. I'm actually sort of thinking I might skip the 8.8 centimeter and just go for the JagdPanther, saves me the 9,000 experience points, but then again I might just go for that pack, the 8.8, and see how it goes. Anyway, so let's get a battle on the go. Right, here we are. So Murovanka. That sounds kind of Russian to me. I was actually playing a few games prior to this, and as I was saying, it was meant to be a pessimistic sort of putting down the JagdPanzer IV review cast. But I actually got in a few games, and I actually really enjoyed it. I'm using the 7.5 centimeter stuck, and it's actually really good. And this is what I'm going to cover in this cast. I'm going to be covering a few things on how you can know how to penetrate tanks in the right places. And so I know a lot of people already know this, especially the more experienced people, but then again the newer people who might be seeing this probably have no clue whatsoever on how to penetrate tanks. A very frustrating thing is is when you're new to the game and you just aim anywhere in a tank and it always keeps on bouncing. You have absolutely no clue why that's happening. So there's actually something that's gonna happen. I'll tell you guys when it comes up when I'm fighting an enemy tank. But basically, if you look at the crosshairs in the center of my screen, in the center of my turret, basically they will light up a different color. You have choices between green, orange, or red. And so basically red is you won't penetrate it whatsoever. It's just too thick of armor, you won't be able to penetrate it. You have green, which means you have a very high chance, and you also have orange, which is in between the two, and that means you have a sort of likelihood in between the two. Maybe you will penetrate it, maybe you won't. And that is just due to the fact of, 1, how thick the armor is on the enemy tanks, and 2, how well you can penetrate, what kind of turret and what kind of ammo you're using. Okay, now I'm kind of iffy here. I'm all by myself on the left-hand side of this map, on the western side, and so I think I'm gonna back off a little bit and fall back a bit. just because I've got basically next to none support over here, and I have a feeling that it's kind of likely that we might get overrun. so I might as well just stay back and possibly snipe. But then again, we have a huge movement of guys on the eastern front, and that is pretty cool. So if we got all the guys down there, that is going to mean it's going to be huge, massive movement of guys down there, and that could potentially be either a game winner or a game loser. If they have not that many guys over there, then that could take him completely by surprise, and then we could start coming around them by a sort of flanking, circling sort of maneuver. It actually looks like that, just looking at the natural flow of how it's going at the moment. That looks like it's going to be, they're going to be combating a few guys down there. But where is everyone? I mean, on the western front where I am, there's practically nobody. And here we go, just a first person. Maybe I can see them. No, it doesn't look like it. But I was hoping to show you guys this crosshair thing, and hopefully I will be able to show you it. If not, then obviously I'll do it in the next battle. But oh my god, already our ally is taken out and I'm under artillery fire. I'm gonna have to really get the heck on out of here. I'm taking some rear armor shots. Obviously they can see me and I cannot see them. This is not looking good for me. Need to get the heck on out of here, hopefully behind this house. And it's just, we're being absolutely overrun on this side. I'm just gonna fall back to the HQ sector-ish place, the base, just to hide in the bush, I think, just because it doesn't look like it's gonna be too pretty fighting on the western front. Obviously loads of guys over there and I have no support whatsoever, so this is a bit frustrating because usually people like to go on the western side, but it seems like everyone, for some reason, I guess it's just everybody's a sheep, wants to go on the western side, and it looks like they're getting all the action down there. However, a lot of them are being actually eliminated, so not good indeed. Now here's the sort of interesting thing. Tank destroyers, camouflage. What you want to do is keep yourself in a bush, make sure you're fully camouflaged. I don't think the turret actually matters if it's poking out or not. And another thing that you also want to do is that, yes, you get your camouflage bonus from staying in a bush, but another thing is when people, even though you might be in a bush and you shoot, you can still be spotted. And the reason for that is that they can see the muzzle fire. And so basically one way that you can block that from happening is by having a bush in between your line of shot and the bush that you're hiding in. And so if you have that bush in between, then that can obviously hide the muzzle, and so you can obviously do a lot better and they cannot see you where you're shooting from. And now there's a guy or two, it looks like there's a few guys over here. Basically, if you move your tank, even if you swivel it from side to side, that is counted as moving and you do not get your camouflage bonus. Likewise, if you just move your turret, then that's absolutely fine. That doesn't break the whole cover thing. Okay, so there's a tank over here. I really wanted to come out so I can show you guys this crosshair thing. Here we go. So if you see the crosshairs, they're lighting up to green, and then some of it was orange, some of it is red. And that's just due fact to the amount of armor that's there and how likely it is for me to actually penetrate that armor. And so basically what you really want to do is go for the green, because the green is where you're going to be penetrating them most likely. Now, I have no clue where this tank is. I believe it's somewhere over here. I think I saw maybe like a tree falling. I'm not exactly sure. But it looks like our flanking maneuver on the eastern front sort of failed. It looked like everybody just sort of got killed there. And maybe that's just, I don't know, maybe they were just being too cocky and just trying to move in one massive force and they were getting eliminated one by one. Who knows? So, okay, here we go. A tank up here, just gonna shoot away. See that green? See that green? Ah, missing him. Fortunately, a bit too inaccurate. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for him to come out, and there he is. Quite speedy little bugger he is. But oh my gosh, not managing to get him down. This is looking kind of iffy for me. I really need to start penetrating him. See the green? See the green? Here we go.
Enemy armor is damaged.
There you go. If you heard that, enemy armor is damaged. There we go, and the tank is just out of order. 1 more percent. I am getting shot from sides now. I'm most likely going to be killed pretty soon. I have no clue what to do at this point. Obviously, I'm going to be under artillery fire, so I need to start backing off. But I have a feeling these guys can see me. And yeah, the artillery is just coming right down on me now. My tracks are damaged. This is one of the things about the JagdPanzer IV. It's my new Hot Wheels. It's the new cool stuff. However, the pros and cons of the Panzer IV, JagdPanzer IV, over the Stug. So one thing is that you have a massive health boost, a lot more health than you did with the Stug. I also believe the JagdPanzer has more sloped armor, so that it's harder to penetrate. One of the frustrating things from going between the Stug and the Hetzer is that the Stug has basically next to none slope on it, so it's so easy to penetrate the thing, even frontal armor, unlike the Hetzer where you can bounce off a lot of shots. And another thing about the, let's say, the disadvantage of the JagdPanzer IV, it's so slow. It's absolutely slow. It has very slow acceleration. Its top speed is less than the Stug, and so it makes it really, really frustrating. I believe there might be some other ways to increase it, such as getting that one item which increases the suspension capacity by 10%. Maybe that can make you a bit faster, but then again, that's not really recommended for JagdPanzers. So if you saw that orange crosshairs right there, not penetrating whatsoever. So now the green, let's go for that. So here we go, the green. I think I'm aiming for the tracks, and for some reason I'm not even damaging him. God knows why. Maybe there's something in between me. Oh my god, there's a guy right here. Oh, I'm just taking him out. That's very nice. I like that sort of stuff. However, it looks like I am under fire. I've been spotted, and I need to fall back or something. We are really on the back foot at the moment. Look, okay, here we go. Another shot. There we go. Did you see that? All that health. And this is what I mean. This gun is the weak one. This is the 7.5 centimeter, but still it's quite strong, and I'm being fired on just by too many people, and there we go. I'm taken out. But in this one game, managing to get 2 kills, that is absolutely fine with me. Let's just see how this game ends. I think I'll do another game after this, just another live cast, so why not? What do we have left? We have an artillery tank, and okay, they still have 7 tanks in total. Yeah, it's pretty much likely that we're going to lose, especially when the artillery guy is going to be so inaccurate like that and just miss. His shots are vital. Each shot is very vital. If you miss one shot, then, you know, we'd lose. And there we go. So moving on to the next replay. Okay, so we're on to our next game now. This is Cliff, and I think we done a cast on this actually last time. It's the one with the big lighthouse, as you guys can see on the map. I think it's this one anyway. Okay, never mind. No, it's not. It's a completely different map. I suppose there's actually a few maps with that lighthouse. Oh, it's pretty cool. Just hanging back out there, just overlooking all of the destruction that's going to happen on the field. So let's see, what do we have? So we got a decent match. There are a few light tanks. There's a T1 heavy, which I'm going to be a little bit worried about. Whenever you're taking on heavy tanks, you will always want to aim for the side armor or the rear armor, just when possible anyway. Always go for that green crosshairs. Okay, so if you guys heard in the beginning of this cast, I said this is going to be what I call the big grind. Now, this JagdPanzer IV costs something like 36,000, something like that, experience points to research, and well, this the next tank, the JagdPanther, is going to be about what, 66,000. Just absolute rough estimate there. Can't exactly remember, but something like that. That is the big grind. So for basically such a notorious tank for being not exactly the best one, it's going to be kind of well, a big grind. A very long time before I can see that JagdPanther come out. So I'm really looking forward to that. Obviously going to be quite a while. So Cliff, what can we expect from this map? Well, Cliff is kind of an interesting map. You can basically only go one of two ways, either the western side or the eastern side. There's also the middle side, however, not many people go that direction. Okay, so first tank right here, already taking a shot on it, and there it goes. It is out of order, so I need to start backing up, just because there might be artillery. Thing to note though, so early on in the game, when you have a scout coming at you like that, chances are the artillery for the enemy team, or any team actually, is probably not even set up properly. What you want to do when you're scouting is just wait a bit before you actually go out there and start that scouting and getting the artillery tanks all ready and hyped up. The artillery tanks definitely need some time just to get themselves in the right position. I'm just trying to take out this tank before it takes out the artillery, however it looks kind of unlikely. And oh my god, just shooting one big shot on it, and one more should take it out, and no? Bounced on the rear armor. That is very shocking. Critical hit, taking it down to... and there we go. It's gone. But not managing to actually get that kill for myself. I am under so much artillery fire at the moment. Our artillery tank was taken out. Ah, man, this is really bad. I suppose there should be more cover for that tank destroyer, but oh well. You gotta just move on and make do with what you got, right? So what was I saying beforehand? Just gotta be very, very careful for all these scouts. Just always make sure you take them out straight away. Artillery tanks, the self-propelled guns, need to get themselves set up before they can actually start firing. And another thing to note with the artillery tanks is that they have a maximum range. They cannot shoot right across the map. They can shoot pretty much across the map, but they're still kind of short unless they move up a bit. And so one thing that you might want to be aware of, like if you're hiding all the way back at your base, chances are the artillery cannot even get you. So let's take a look at what is going on. There's a few tanks over here, just gonna need to take them out. But instead they want to disappear and play hide and seek, so I can play that game as well. Just gonna wait for these tanks to come up, but there's that big rock right there, and oh my god, there's 5 guys. Okay, I'm gonna start getting in some defensive positioning right over here. I think I'm gonna hide in the bushes here. However, these bushes are a bit small. What you need to do if you want the full camouflage bonus is that you have to hide in something that's totally encompassing your tank. So let's take a look here. Nope, I'm missing that guy. And let's see, just gonna set up a defensive positioning over here. Oh my god, just absolutely missing these guys. Now, this is a bit of a speedy tank, perhaps. There we go, taking one shot on him, and he is penetrating me on my frontal armor somehow. That is very frustrating for a tank to be able to do that, and oh my god, I am knocked out from a shot. What I should have done is probably take a shot then move back, but then again that was just so iffy. As these guys saw, those tanks were moving quite speedily, and what you have to do is actually shoot a bit in front of them so as to intercept them in movement, in motion, so that your shell hits them a bit forward from what you're intending. Okay, so that was my one pathetic attempt at actually trying to do something in that game, and unfortunately it doesn't look like we had much backup. It was just me and this guy over here protecting the western side of the map, whilst yet again pretty much everyone is going on the eastern side. So what does it look like at the moment? It looks like we are leading by 1 kill, and we are very near their base, but yet again they are very near our base as well, so kind of an iffy thing, not looking too good for us. So these tanks are just trying to move in, take out the last few guys in their base, and maybe we can win this, perhaps, maybe, I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of down to the bone at the moment, a tie-tie sort of situation. Let's see what this tank is doing. He is trying to take out the one last defender in the base. Just this, what is this? If I can get over him, VK3601. So kind of a good tank, so you need to be a bit careful. One way that you can check what's going on in the field is press Alt. And as you guys can see, all these highlighted names and all the highlighted names of the tanks and the players just showing up. And there we go. You can also see the health on the enemy tank. I didn't actually know that, so that's pretty cool. Love that sort of stuff. Another thing, if you want to check just the general stuff and what map you're playing on, is press the tab button, and this gives you the battle statistics. Okay, so it looks like we're just capturing the base. We've got quite a lead, 43-8, and everybody's rushing on in here because it is really going to become a race of who can get the most people into the base sector and take the counter up as fast as possible. However, they have a bit of defenses going on over here. What is this tank doing? He's doing absolutely nothing. What he should be doing is getting on even closer to the our HQ, our base, and trying to take out any tanks there, but instead he's going to be hiding a bit. Okay, so I guess people like to play this game a little bit differently. What I find quite annoying is when people just want to stay alive just so that they don't have to repair their tank. Maybe that's what this guy is doing over here. Maybe he just doesn't want to get in on the action. He just wants to stay alive and that sort of stuff. But anyway, we won the game, 100 points, and there we go. So loads of credits, loads of experience, and I got to get myself prepared up. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the cast, and until next time, this is Krebs Coho, and have a nice day.